Hey, it's Dee Sanchez with Scrappy Gamer DDS, and today's project share is going to come from the My Paper Pumpkin kit. Every month, a nice little red box comes to your doorstep with goodies inside to give you some time to craft and relax and wind down and express your creativity. So join My Paper Pumpkin and get a little visit every month. So my January club is going to be in a couple of days. I'm filming this prior to that, and it will be our inaugural meeting. And I wasn't sure whether or not we should open them all together, but being that I'm the host, I felt maybe I should, and I kind of got a sneak peek, being that I subscribe to many of you other YouTubers out there, and someone has already posted a project share. So I decided to think about what I could bring to the table for my subscribers when they come to my house for their Paper Pumpkin Club. So here is our project. It is called Filled with Love. It is obviously February themed for Valentine's Perfect, and it includes everything you need to make 24 beautiful filled baggies of goodies. So let me just show you real quick. Our directions come full photos, brief descriptions, very visual, shows you exactly what you need to do to create the design as it is intended. And then there's a list of the kit's enclosures. So let me show you that. Every paper pumpkin will come with durables, which are the items that you will keep and add to your stash. So usually you get some kind of stamp set, mostly been polymer, photopolymer the past few months, an occasional rubber here and there, and you get an ink spot. This one is the real red, and these items yours keep, stash away, and use them on other projects. Then you get all the goodies that you need. So you get your paper pumpkin thank you card. Get that out the way. You get, let's see, this month we've gotten some glue dots. These are like tissue glue dots. They're super, super thin, and you're able to peel them off, place them, and then peel off the backing, so like mega thin. You also get these really, really cute clips in gold. So the gold and the red seem to be the theme for this holiday season. So you have your nice little clips to clip on the bags. And you get 24 because you're able to make 24 of these projects. You get some nice baker's twine, and if you can see the little glimmer, it's got gold threaded through that. And then you have a backer cardboard, which will keep everything nice and stable. So we save that for other projects. And let me move our box out the way, and we will take a look at what's inside. So you get everything that you need to make the project. So the project is a favor bag, so you get 24 little salo bags, nicely stacked together, that we will be filling with goodies as we create our project here. To decorate, you are going to get everything you need. So here we have some foiled hearts. We've got 2 sheets of them. So we've got 4 by 3, so that's 12 altogether. So we have 24, exactly 24 hearts that are die cut. They are not stickers. Like sometimes you will get stickers, but these are not. So we have those. We also have these nice tags. Sorry, it's falling apart. And they are scored. You can see it from the back, hopefully, maybe, to fold over to add to that element on our bags. So we get 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's 4. And another 4 is 8. And another 4 is 12. And then we get 4 more, 16, 20, 24. Perfect. 1 for each. And then we get, yes, and sorry, I didn't really show you the different designs. You have your hearts in stripes. You've got your plain stripes, all with that gold. And you've got this pink and gold, shiny, shiny. Very pretty, very different. I like that. They always have something that's interesting and different. Then you get all these little banner tags. And you get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 24, and 24. Excuse me. because if you notice the design, you are making these little tags that come out here. So we've got exactly what we need to make 24 favorite bags. And we're going to take our full Enjoy stamp. And it's perfect that it's photopolymer because we do have a pre-printed, so we do need to make sure that we get that right over it on top of the heart, right inside that gold. So, oh, yes, the photopolymers are really, really sticky, which is awesome. They stick to the acrylic block very nicely. So let's ink that up. So when you ink it up, since it's photopolymer, it's nice and clear. You can see that there is great coverage, and you can see if you've missed any spots. Okay, since it's a full stamp, meaning a full red practically, and there's only a little bit of the Enjoy, you want to make sure that you ink it up really, really well because you want that nice coverage. Okay, now we're going to try to line this up right with the heart, right inside the gold, and put it down. And then you also want to press on the center. Okay, sometimes just press on the block, it doesn't give enough. You need to also press the center. Give it some time to let the ink get to the paper. And there we go. Beautiful. It's right there in the middle. Okay, we have Enjoy. We're gonna take 2 of the banners. Let me do the white because we have such a bright Enjoy, and we'll use the red for when we don't have such a bright center. Let me grab 1 Stilo bag, and then I'm gonna need one of these. So I think I'm gonna go with the stripe, or maybe I'll go with the one that fell off. And so here we go. We're gonna score that. We're gonna use the score line to fold that so it's a nice balance. And we're going to need to attach these guys. So we will take one of our paper glue dots, stick it to the back or stick it to the bottom of a tag. And then what we're going to do, so it's super thin, right? We're not going to add a lot of bulk, is to peel that off. And you see that glue dot? Hopefully you can see the little bit of sheen. And then we're going to position that there. And then the next thing is to take the second one. Okay, get that out the way. And we're going to position that there. Okay, here we go. This is our top embellishment, or one of our embellishments for our Stilo bag. So your Stilo bag opens. It is gusseted. Gusseted means that it has this deep folds on the side, so that even though it looks kind of narrow, it does have a pretty decent amount of space. Let's see, here, open that up, you can really see. Okay, so we went from something like this, right, which looks, and you can probably actually fit the punch inside this bag if I wanted to, which, as you see, the punch will fit. So awesome. I'm going to take, now I'm sending this to go to school, so everything is just chocolate. I didn't include any kind of peanuts or anything like that. But I also don't want to give these parents a heart attack with, so we'll throw 1 heart for the day. 1, 2, 3, let's see, 2 hearts, and then, so 2 of each thing. Is that too much? I don't know. So we'll have 2 hearts and 6 kisses, and we'll call it a day, and that fits nicely in our little bag. So what we're going to do is we're going to fold this bag over, and they don't mention anything about doing any kind of closure to this. You are going to be attaching this in a moment, but I think that what's a good idea is to take your tiny attacher. I have the Tim Holtz one, but Stampin' Up! Does have one, so you can get yours directly from them. We're going to put a little tiny attacher. So what I'm doing is this side, doesn't matter, it's so small. It's just going to hold it, keep it nice together, and give me ease of having to attach all this. So you put your strip, with your banner, pick your side, that's the front, and then you have your little heart. And then the final thing to do is to attach your little binder clip and, oopsie, some of the twine. Okay, so let's measure out some twine here. It says about 12 inches. Okay, here, and then right there. Now, this is really, really fine and dandy, and it's cute. And tie the bow right there. So let's see if we can do this, because, you know, sometimes bows can give us a hard time. Idea number one is going to be very, very simple. So I'm just taking 4 of the printed silver foiled hearts for the banners. And so these projects will incorporate card bases and some baker's twine in a different color, and of course we'll have dimensionals and other stuff. But the shapes and the ideas basically come from the My Paper Pumpkin. So I'm just getting my dimensionals out, and so I have a half sheet of pink paper. So I'm going to just score that. I scored it and I did a lot of prep so you guys didn't have to watch all that. So here we have our standard 4 1/4 by 8 1/2, and we have our shapes. So I kind of have laid out, and what I want to do is I want to add to one of the hearts the word love. So I've already taken the word love, put it on the block, and I'm gonna do some stamping on one of the hearts. And remember, it is a full stamp, and so you want to make sure that it's inked up very well. And thankfully they are see-through, so we're gonna line that up as best we can. Put it down. You can see that it's touched all the paper. Don't rock it too much, but definitely press it in the center. And then once it's been there for a moment to grab the ink, we have a nice little image. And so what I want to do is I want to lay these out again. And so I'm going to put the love, and now I'm rethinking, maybe we just have the 3, because, you know, the rule of 3. So I think I might do something like that. We might just leave those to the side. So this is what's so awesome about, you know, the whole crafting thing. So I'm going to start with the love, and I'm going to place that, put some adhesive on the back of that. And I think I want that love to live right there. And then with this, I'm going to add some adhesive to the back of that and stick that right there and try to center that. Okay. And you may or may not have seen the strategy of making this guy curl. So maybe I would just add a little bit of a curl to that. And then I want to decide where I want to put the other guys. So some adhesive on this one, and some adhesive on the other guy. And we're going to put the banners attached here. So we'll stick that guy down there. And then make sure he's straight-ish. Press it down. Curve it up a little bit. I just use my fingers this time. The bone folder, not necessary. And then this one, add some adhesive to the back. And put that one there. Okay. If you wanted to make sure that the curve stayed up and you wanted to have that lift, you could put a pop dot. I think that it needs just a little more, so I'm taking the little heart and I'm inking that little heart up, and I'm just going to put a little baby heart inside each of these guys just to accent the heart that's there. And then I'm going to put one little heart right there. And that's it. So here's the second one. Hopefully my hands are not all inky. And with this one, I elected to get a white card base. So again, I just cut everything and pretty much have only a couple things to do to finish up the card. So I have a white card base, and then I have this really cute kisses. You can see the embossing or not, but it is a Darice, I'm not sure if I'm saying that, but it's little kisses. So I wanted to use an embossed layer, so I just did that on some pale pink. And I'm just going to attach that to the front of the card, nice and centered. So again, this is 4.25 by 4.25 by 5.5. So this one is cut down an additional quarter so that it's nice in the center. Hopefully you can see the embossing. So that's the base of that. And then we have this guy, which I could easily have done something like this. Let's see, was that what I meant to do? I'll tell you right now. No, what I wanted to do was to actually cut out of this guy. So I took my sweetheart punch. So what I'm doing is trying to find one row of hearts that I could center top to bottom on the peaks. And so that's what I'm doing right there. And then I'm going to punch a heart. So now I have this cute heart that is from the Paper Pumpkin banner. And what I'm going to do is, I felt when I was putting on that it was a little bit floaty, so I'm going to take one strip of red. We'll center that sort of to the middle and place that down. Hopefully, yeah, that looks straight. And then what I'm going to do is put that here. And I should have a sentiment, which I think I will put one in a minute, but I'm going to stick this one down. So I'm putting some adhesive on it. Gotta get used to the frame. Put that guy there. And then with this one, I think I'm going to take a dot, not a dot, a foam square, and pop it up so that there's a bit of dimension. So we'll pop this one up over here. Really cute and simple. And we will pick a sentiment, Be My Valentine. Now, the embossing will probably be a hard place to stamp. And this being that it's red, I do have my backup of my Memento Luxe Tuxedo Black. So I'm going to take the Be My Valentine stamp. And I did put it on the back of the block. Ran out of blocks, but okay. I'm going to try to ink this up really, really well. And make sure that it's nice and dark. And I'm going to place it on the red strip. And again, lift it. And there we go. Another really simple idea for a card. So here's our third card. So these are the pieces we're going to use. We again need, let's see. Did I grab the wrong ones? Hold up, sorry. Okay. We will need this piece here. And what we're going to use is we fussy cut this from the other space. So the tags, this tag here, was inside this, so we didn't throw that away. We fussy cut around it, and we're going to place that here as a decorative element on the card base. And we're going to use some baker's twine to wrap around. And so let's get some glue on this. Okay. I really do need to get myself a silicone mat. I'm just going to use the back of my notes because once they're done, they're done. And I'll put some glue on the back complete of my fussy cut. Also, if I had my Xyron, I probably should have thought about that. I could have run this through my Xyron and made this a quick sticker, lickety split. So here we go. I'm going to pick a spot and then drop it down and hope that it self-levels, right? Construction talk. No. So that creates this nice little edge, decorative. Again, I didn't score this ahead of time. And my intention was to put a heart there, popped up, but we need to stamp the sentiment in there. Off to the side, and then I'm going to stamp this into my heart. Here we go. There we go. Hugs and kisses and Valentine wishes. Put that in the center so that he has lift. And then decide where he's going to go. It's going to go right here. There. Let's put him there. We'll put him there. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the heart once again, and I'm going to put some hearts. I'm going to have 1, 2, 3. Oh, the second one wasn't done that great. Let me try to see if I can get it. There we go. Makes it a little darker, but it's okay. So very basic, and to just dress it up a little bit, we're going to take some twine off. There we go. Alright, not bad. Another basic little idea. I feel like the bow is upside down, but if it's really bothering, you can just put a little glue dot. Might wind up doing that just to straighten it out. But right there, here we go. Another basic card. So that's the third card. Another card, real simple. This is like the simplest of them all. I have some craft cardstock. Okay. Like everything is so simple, right? I did some reddish. I think this is close to cherry cobbler. If you're stamping up, into stamping up, then you will familiar with those names. It's just a nice dark red. We're gonna center that into this guy here. Okay. Gonna take one of these banners. I'm gonna add that to our front. And so just off center from the top there. And then we do see that there is a score line. And so I see it. So I'm pretty sure other people would see it. But we will address that in a second, because what I'm going to do is another trick from another YouTuber. I want to put some baker's twine around the whole thing. But of course, you know, I already glued this down. So I'm just going to make a little bit of a notch here, right at the end. Probably way too big, but I don't like to struggle and strain. So we'll put some through here, the hole. It is kind of big, but I'm giving you the idea of it. So, and through here. So, here we go. I could have just wrapped it around the red card. It's probably what I should have done, but I wanted to have it on the other side as well. So I'm going to make a bow. Again, another little bow right there. Okay. And so what I'm going to do is take this guy here, and we're going to stamp on him. We're going to stamp the word love again. No, that's not love. Love is over here. Okay. There. Down. Press the center, make sure that it releases nicely. And then lift this up. Now it's going to just put this right there. But I think, you know what? I've been using a lot of the supplies and I haven't really used many of these banners. So I think I'm going to take 2 of the pink just to have a variation of color. So now he's on adhesive, and to keep my bow on top of the score line and everything, I'm going to make sure that I put my pop dot over that as well. So here we go. Nice little simple card. The other side. Doesn't bother me this too much, but there you go. You know, on the edge to my white cardstock. So let's just do that right away and bring this over. So got this to there, right up to the edge. I'm just trying to make sure I don't see any white, so it's really purposeful. Right there. There you go. So now what I've done is I've gotten rid of the embellishment. I have this nice little backdrop, and now I can put my pieces. So what I was gonna do is to stagger them like this and put them on the page. So now I have these guys here. Now I have a couple of options. I can put a heart there, which wasn't really what I was planning. I was planning to just basically stamp. So I'm going to stamp the love again over here. I'm going to stamp the word love. Again, press in the center, straight up. And then I'm just going to stamp this guy as well. Right there. And then we'll take the "You Have My Heart" sentiment and use that other sentiment that came with the Stampin' Up! Paper pumpkin. And I'm going to go back to the black for this. So we have the memento again. I'm going to press it down. You have stays on. Good. It's fine. And I want to place that here. You have my heart. Okay, real simple. You know, if this edge here bothers you, then you can easily wrap some baker's twine. I think I'm going to leave it. I think I like the clean. Here we go. Here's our next one. Another red card base. Another basic card. And this one, actually, you can do two different things with this. I'm going to do one idea, which is basically to place this guy right there. Use it as a cutout. No, nothing crazy. And then what I'll have to do is to cut off this excess. So I'm doing that because I want to pop this up. Yes, I'm back to my pop dots. So on the back or the front, whichever size, whatever, I'm gonna take some of these guys and pop, 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 pop. So I did use quite a bit of the pieces, but I think more it's to use this to inspire, you know, some of what you're doing. And let's see, let's see if I can get this in there. So I don't want it to sink in the center, so I'm trying to use that dip and not see the pop dot. Alright, there you go. So we'll remove all the backings. Okay, I don't think I'm going to use a stamp on this one, but I am going to use this piece, which is just the negative space of those heart cutouts that you get with the gold foil. And I'm using this as its own little die cut, a reverse. So a heart and a heart and a heart and a heart. And then, I don't know, that might be enough. So in here, I think you would definitely need to put some white or write with some chalk marker. That would be awesome too. We could also put some red here on this. And I think it takes away from that. You know what? I'm thinking those three are enough. So yeah, I'm good with that. Okay. So real simple, using that dimension, using that shadow to help give you some little bit of pizzazz to this. And then we'll take baker's twine, which is inspired from the baker's twine that was included in the paper pumpkin. I'm gonna wrap it 3 times, very generous. There we go. See, I like this. I like this spread out in the back. It's not perfect, that's okay, but I'm really digging the front. And we will just snip and snip. There you go. That is another card using negative space. Very basic. Awesome. Okay, here we go. I got 2 more projects for you. Again, I'm taking some of this glimmery paper. I also have some of the twine that actually came with this. I'm using pink base for this. I'm going to take my Sweetheart Punch, and using that Sweetheart Punch, I'm going to punch out a heart. Okay, wasn't too far off, so I'm okay with that. And I'm going to add this glimmery paper to the back. So we're going to do that. Just want to make sure I'm covering the whole heart. And that it's not peeking out. There we go. And that's going to be placed here. Okay. So we're going to add tape to the back of that. We're going to place that guy right here. Real simple. And again, I'm going to take my heart punch, white scrap, pop it out, and we're going to double heart that over here. But we are going to use some twine. Where did I put it? Here we go. And again, I wanted to make that little hole like the last time, but not as big. So let me see if I can get this a little better. And see, I have a standard hole punch, and I know Stampin' Up! We do have various sizes. So you could get something much tinier. A little better. Smaller, smaller. Just to push that through. Grab the knot on the other side. There we go. And bring that around to the front. And there you go. They do meet. So that's what I'm going to do. Let's get this guy sort of glued down. Let's cut this off. Let's get this one glued down as well. So now we have the double wrapped baker's twine. It's not straight. Let's straighten this out. Okay. A little bit more down. Okay. Alright. I'm good with that. Let's get this done. So I'm going to double mount that guy, and then I am again thinking of doing some pop dots. I think I will. I'm going to add some adhesive so it's touching my twine, and I'm going to grab 2 little tiny dots here on either side. There we go. Here's another little basic card. Okay, this seems really, really simple, but it is. So again, the negative space, I've just cut this out and I've scored it here with my scoreboard. Okay, so there you go. So I scored that there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some wet glue. I'm going to put it in the back of this. I want this to be nice and flat and adhered well. I'm going to take some of that paper, that shiny, shiny, glimmery, glittery paper. And I'm going to line that up under here, under there, and let my hearts glue. So it needs some weight. I'm just going to put the weight on that. Now, what is that for? I'm going to show you in a second. Hopefully this glue will glue the way that it needs to. Let me do it the other side, hopefully. Let's cross our fingers, hopefully. I don't know. I have some Tombow someplace, I just couldn't find it. And then I'm going to use the word enjoy. Now I haven't used enjoy since the original because enjoy is for the candy bags. But this little idea, you'll see in a second, is going to be something that you can enjoy. So let's see. We got lucky. It's okay. It needs some more time, but for argument's sake, we're okay. So we're going to cut off the excess glittery paper. And then we've got that fold. I am going to take a glue dot or a dimensional, and I am going to place the enjoy right there, a little off. And you know what? Because I have them and they're here, I'm going to add some of these sparkly ones just to add a little pizzazz to that. And I will show you what I was meant by doing this. And the rule of threes, I'm going to put one more just for good measure. Now here, this is what I was doing this for. And you may think it's cool or not, or a cute little idea, but I know that most people will have their romantic evenings with a bottle of wine. So I've got a bottle of Pellegrino for the non-alcoholic, and this fits perfectly over a bottle neck, and it is involving this. And I think I'm going to use some hearts punched out of this. 1, 2. Let's see, can I get a third one? Can I get a third one? Let's see. Probably not. Look at this. Can I get in here? No, this is done. You know what? I'll use the red one there. Okay, so I'm going to attempt to make a shaker card out of this. So this is my last idea. So, and I'm going to use craft card base because a lot of times I think we're putting a lot of our shakers on white so we can see everything sparkly through the window. So I am going to do that a little differently. So I'm going to take some plastic. Now this is just some packaging. So I'm going to attach this adhesive to the back of the areas that I wanted to have the shaker element. So I want the shaker on the 3 hearts there. So this guy will definitely cover the bottom 2 nicely. And then I did have one that broke or cut on me, so I had to kind of redo, and I got this guy here. So now I have pretty much the elements to make a shaker. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I want this guy to be in the center, and it will be raised. So I want to take a quick little pencil mark and put a pencil mark here and here. And what that's going to do is I do want to stamp a sentiment in the inside. And I'm going to put in the guy that says, "You have my heart." Okay. And so you know what? I'm going to put it back. Maybe I didn't need to do that. I'm going to put this back, that it's straight. That's where I'm going to put it. And I'm going to take my "You have my heart," link it up with red, and I'm going to place it in the center of this heart. Boom, there you go. You have my heart. And I'm going to cap it off with the little heart. So that's my stamping. Okay. What I'm also going to do is take a few of those hearts that I've been cutting out, add a permanent fixture to the area that was the window, because you and I know that our shaker bits do what? They fall to the bottom of the card. So now I'm putting this here. Now I do have some stuff that is a little bit on the messed up side in the front here. So I think I'm going to wind up adding some additional hearts or sequins in a second to the top. But now what we have to do is we have to actually border the shaker area. So what I'm doing is I'm taking these pop dots that are cut out into squares, and what you have to do is you have to make yourself a little box. Okay, so I'm speeding this up because this can be very time consuming, especially using these pop dots. They're very helpful in creating curves, but let me tell you, they are tedious. I really would have preferred some foam tape where I could have just cut it and then like moved it and kind of shaped it, and then pull the backing off later, which you'll see is another tedious adventure there. Stampin' Up! Does sell their shaker makers, which are the foam tape in a circular pattern, which is continuous, which is awesome. But this was my alternative for now. And, you know, I had to cut some of them, as you see, to fit in those little areas. But I was able to make it so that it's tight enough and concise enough that none of the stuff I was putting in here. So now here's that. The sequins would fall out. So you make the little wells, you make the little piles where those windows are going to be, and then as you take the backing off, you can see this can be very time consuming. We're going to have to just go directly above it, and you'll see this, and put it down in one gesture so that you don't trap any of your sequins or glitter underneath pop dots. And so there I've created the shaker card using the die cut from the leftovers of the My Paper Pumpkin. And again, going back to the fact that I did do a couple of, you know, little blemishes here and there, we're just adding more and more and more. So on the front, I'm adding several of these glitter punch out hearts, and just to cover all these spots that have the glue and the ink and the stickiness that just happens sometimes when you're crafting. So it just adds and fuels our creativity. So there's our final card, and you'll see that I have created 9 different items from the Paper Pumpkin supplies. Some of the stuff that was actual tags, some of the stuff that was the leftovers. Breaking down those pieces of this kit to really inspire creativity. So maybe you weren't that enthusiastic about getting the silo bags with the candy to fill, but you can be creative and create any number of things just like I did here.